On October 3rd, the New York Times ran an article that defended Eugene Yu, the founder and CEO of Konnech, a Michigan election software firm that's now at the center of an investigation. The Times claimed that election deniers catapulted Konnech to the center of unfounded voter fraud claims. The day after the New York Times article, Eugene Yu was arrested on suspicion of storing election workers' personal information on Chinese servers. The New York Times changed direction and published a follow-up article on Yu's arrest. So what can we learn from the Times' two articles? Who is Eugene Yu, and in what capacity is his company related to the Chinese government? Hello everyone, welcome to Leisrealtalk. I'm Lei. The New York Times had to correct itself the following day by stating that Eugene Yu, the alleged victim of harassment, was now arrested for investigation. The two Times articles were written by the same journalist who focuses on misinformation and disinformation. I think he has ignored some basic questions in his journalistic endeavor and mixed opinions with facts. Let's remove the opinions and present the facts to give you an overview. A nonprofit called Truth the Vote claimed that they investigated the election software company Konnech in early 2021. The group claimed they gained access to Konnech's servers in China by guessing the password. Once inside, they downloaded personal information on about 1.8 million U.S. election poll workers. The organization notified FBI of their findings. According to their story, the agents briefly investigated their claim before turning on the group and questioning whether it had hacked the data. Konnech is an election software company based in Michigan. They claim to have 21 employees in the United States and 6 in Australia. They help clients like Los Angeles County with basic election logistics, including scheduling poll workers. On September 12th, Konnech sued the nonprofit organization Truth the Vote for defamation. The truth is that Konnech is a U.S. company founded and operated by a U.S. citizen who has no affiliation with the Chinese Communist Party whatsoever, the complaint says. Konnech contended that the company does not and has never stored any actual customer or poll worker data on any server in China, and convinced the federal judge to issue a temporary restraining order against Truth the Vote, according to an NPR report. On October 3rd, the New York Times published the above-mentioned article, which depicted Eugene Yu as the victim of a conspiracy theory and the subject of harassment by election deniers. The New York Times alleged that Mr. Yu cried after being threatened and went into hiding with his family. In the morning of the next day, Eugene Yu was arrested in Michigan at the request of the Los Angeles County District Attorney as part of an investigation into the theft or mishandling of poll workers' personal information. Hard drives and other digital evidence were seized by investigators. The LA District Attorney George Gascon, a Democrat, issued a statement saying, "District Attorney investigators found that in contradiction to the contract, information was stored on servers in the People's Republic of China. This investigation is concerned solely with the personal identification information of election workers. In this case, the alleged conduct had no impact on the tabulation of votes and did not alter election results," the statement went on to say. This is far from the end of the story. Who is Eugene Yu? And what do we know about his company's relations with the Chinese government? Newsweek, the New York Times, Fox News, LA Times, the Daily Mail, and many other mainstream media all reported Eugene Yu's arrest. But they all got his age wrong. Yu is not 51 as they claimed. He is 65 years old. Court document shows that he was born in 1957. Public data showed that he attended Zhejiang University in China from 1978 to 1982. He would have gone to college at the age of 7 if he were 51 today. Yu's Chinese name is Eugene Yu. He came to the United States in 1986 and attended Wake Forest University in 1986 for his MBA. On March 20th, 2002, he incorporated Konnech Inc. in Michigan. 10 days later, the Konnech.com domain was created. China's public records show that on November 29, 2005, Jinhua Yulian Network Technology Company was established in Zhejiang Province, China. With $130,000 US as initial funds, Yu, identified as a foreign national, was the principal of the company. On February 25, 2006, Yu registered the website of his Chinese company, yulian.cn, to his American company's email address, eyu@konnech.com. The New York Times and other mainstream media reported that Konnech's China subsidiary, Yulian Network Technology, was closed in 2021. But did Konnech really close its operations in China? In April 2012, Eugene Yu applied for a U.S. patent for device and method for selection of options by motion gestures, and the two co-inventors were Jun Yu and Guojun Shao from Zhejiang, China. 3 years later, Jun Yu and Guojun Shao were two of the 7 initial investors of a new company called Jinhua Hongzhen Technology, which was established in April 2015. The pair each hold 0.1% of the new company. Eugene Yu's name is not on the owner's list, but the majority owner of the new company has the same last name as him. Ling Yu owns 99.4% of the company and is the legal owner. But who is Ling Yu? According to a Chinese business registration website, a person by the same name, Ling Yu, is registered as a key officer under Eugene Yu at Konnech's China subsidiary, Yulian Network Technology. Eugene Yu is listed as the executive director and general manager, and Ling Yu as the supervisor. No one else is listed. Are the two Ling Yu the same person? And is Ling Yu related to Eugene Yu? But the more important question is, how is the new company Hongzhen linked to Konnech China? 6 months after Hongzhen Technology was founded, in October 2015, Konnech transferred the right for its Chinese patent called System and Data Processing Method for Network Voting of Absent Electorate to the new company Hongzhen Technology. What is this Hongzhen Technology company? According to China's public records, Jinhua Hongzhen Technology has about 160 to 200 employees. It provides election, voting, and voting-related software and integrated solutions for domestic government at all levels, including the National People's Congress and the Chinese People's Political Consultative Conference. Its devices are widely used in central and local government conferences that require voting. Those of us who are familiar with Chinese business probably have figured it out now. To avoid any association between the American-based Konnech and the China-based Hongzhen, Eugene Yu would most likely rely on someone he trusts, such as a family member, to hold shares in the Chinese companies for him. In China, it's a common practice called white gloves, meaning bagman. Another piece of evidence that shows the connection between the Michigan-based Konnech and the Chinese company Hongzhen that provides election solutions to the Chinese Communist regime is this. As of August 16, 2022, the website for Hongzhen Technology had been registered to the email address admin@konnech.com. Why would a Chinese company use an American company's email as the registration email for its website, unless, of course, they are one and the same? 2 days after the investigator discovered this, on August the 18th, the registrar's email was changed to a Hongzhen Tech email. The source of the information is Konnech News, which has a number of investigative reports on Konnech. I verified some of the info and found it matching the data I found on Chinese websites. Of course, I didn't have time to verify them all. I'll provide the link and you can take a look yourselves. According to Konnech's report, as recent as June of this year, Konnech was hiring IT professionals in China and send them to work in Australia, Canada, and the United States. I suspect that's where Konnech's clients are based, and Los Angeles County isn't the only upset client. In an election in Queensland, Australia during the pandemic, count reporting problems on election night were partly the result of a new computer system not being tested as planned because coding resources were locked down in Wuhan, a digital media called In Queensland reported in May 2020. The incident led to Queensland Parliament members asking the Queensland Premier on July 15, 2020, why Konnech was given the contract to produce the software administering Queensland's elections. From MP Simpson, can the Premier explain why foreign-owned company Konnech was given an important contract to produce the software to administer Queensland's elections using China-based coders over every Queensland coding firm? That's a question we should ask ourselves too here in the United States. After Eugene Yu's arrest, True the Vote issued a statement saying that the organization is honored to have played a small role in what must have been a wide-ranging and complex investigation. Konnech was assisted by many reporters who unblinkingly accepted their now discredited claims as fact and simply repeated them. When mainstream media collectively failed to report Eugene Yu's age correctly and missed it by 14 years, I think something went wrong. What should we do? Subscribe to my channel. That's all for today. Thank you. See you next time.